Hello everyone. Today we have a new session of Power BI, and in this session we have to discuss how we can add multiple columns in a table. So firstly we have a salary structure table. I want I want a little bit columns like basic, HRA, CCA. I want to add these columns and get the final result in the last column. So how we can do this thing? Let's see. So firstly, I just copy this table or I create a copy of that particular table like salary structure 2. So if I click on this, so this table have the same data which is available in the salary structure. So now I click on these three dots and click on edit query. So this edit query window is coming. Now I select the salary structure 2 table. Now we have to add these columns. So before doing to adding these things or these columns, so firstly we replace the null value to 0. So firstly I select these columns and change the null value or replace the null values to 0. So how we can do it? Just go to the data type and replace the or change the data type from text to whole number, then click on replace value to find. So I put it here the null and replace with 0 and click OK. So my null values replace with the 0. Similarly, these two columns also have the text data type. So again I replace the null value with 0. Now go back or come back to the transform tab. So in the transform tab there is a unpivot option available. So firstly I select those columns which we want to add. So I select the columns like this and I click on the unpivot columns. Now when I unpivot the columns, so these two columns, the attribute and value, these two columns is generated, and the columns, the basic HRA, CCA means the column which we selected comes as a row. Now our second step is go to the group by option. So in the group by window, first option is the grouping. Group by, it means here we add the selected column of each employee. So that's why we select the employee name here, because we want the total values or the total salary of each employee. So that's why we select here the employee name. I delete this because it is not required from this particular table. New column name. So here we put the column name. So I give the column name is total salary, and select the operation. So what operation you want to perform? So I select the sum here, and here I select the value. Now click on OK. Let's see the result. So what happened in the group by window or group by option? We have to grouping all these rows as an employee name and get the total salary of each employee. Now come back to home, close and apply. Let's see, my result is reflecting here. So after grouping process, now I come back to the Power BI session, and if I am seeing the table, there are two tables. This table has contain only two columns, the employee name and the total salary. So the salary structure, this is the main table. This table has all the columns, and salary structure to table only contain two columns. Because I already did group by and unpivot process here. Now I come back to the model and select. See, this is the of my second table, and this is my first table. So now what I do, I select the employee name from here and select the employee name from the first table. So like this. So if I am do this thing, one line is called the relationship. So it is showing the one to one. It means the one employee name means in the both tables have the same employee names. Okay, it means this line is basically called a relationship line. Now I come back to data, click on salary structure and add new column, and type the formula here. The formula name is related, which I used here to get the data from the another table. So firstly I rename the column to the rename it total salary, and here I use the related. The column name is salary structure to total salary, bracket close and enter. So now I get the total salary in the actual table with this process. See, so this is the total of the selected columns. Okay, so if you are seeing here, these are my columns, that is not change. The actual value is null. So, because I performed the replacement null to 0, that process I done in a salary structure 2 table. So this is the process how we can add multiple columns of a table. Thank you.